Hello, everyone. This is Thomas Pepin, NHL Talk. I'm Thomas Pepin, and let's play some NHL. Continuing the franchise mode series where I've taken over the Toronto Maple Leafs. We're on season 21, episode 2, just about to start the regular season. I mentioned last stream that I need to pick up a bunch of free agents because we traded away a bunch of them to um, pick up the one guy we wanted to pick up. So they were just assets to be traded, not players that we needed or anything. And then, so same story with these guys that we're going to pick up. And I believe it is 12 we need to pick up. And so before the stream, I had a bit of time and I wrote down all the names so that'll make it quicker and easier. And we'll start with that. No, they're not in order. That's all right, so 78. We don't have anybody we wanted. 77. There's Vorobyev and Olvecki. Talking about Olvecki, he's right there. So again, these are all guys with trade value. Don't care at all about keeping them. They're just to sign and trade. Now, there's the odd chance that we find a guy that we actually like and we could keep, which has actually happened previously, by luck, not by intention. Because, like, I looked at their ratings and they turned out actually being good. So it could happen, but that would only be a bonus surprise byproduct. Vorobyev, if he's there. Not Vorobyev, Vorobyev. So no for that guy, I guess. Then we have who else is there? Butseya, Pearson, Corrado, Carpenter, Datsuk. Got a bunch of guys. Let's see if I can remember all those names. Corrado was one. Oh, yeah, I might as well erase the guys as I attempt to sign them just so I don't get confused. Datsuk, yeah. So, Butseyev, Pearson, Carpenter. Carpenter. I just noticed him. He's one of the guys we wanted. I'm gonna have to go back and see if I missed a guy. All right, so Pearson and Carpenter. I did do Carpenter. Hmm. Well, whoops. Okay, I guess no Pearson. 70 Seal and Woodworth. They really need to make this easier. This is so stupid. Oh, I guess while I'm waiting for this, so I had a bit of time before the stream too, where I'm working on putting together the the next franchise mode series. I'm going to be doing an expansion team, and I've been working on like the odds and ends. I'm trying to make it as authentic, realistic as possible. So I'm trying to get the locations, um, like the current rank that they'd be going into, if it's an existing rank, basing the jerseys on like a previous, for example, AHL team, if an AHL team used to be there that was really popular, or the old NHL team and stuff like that. And then the arena layout to be the same as the current arena, the concessions to be at a similar level to like an arena that was made around the same time and preferably in the same region, all that kind of stuff. Like obviously a bit too specific, but I'd rather do things in a way that makes it, like I said, more authentic. So been working on that, recording all the different things because it doesn't seem like you can save all these things to like a template that you can then reload, which is very annoying. So then I have to like record the jersey type, it's type number 20, whatever, and uh, determine the color um, combination, like all the team colors and stuff, plan the logo, all that kind of stuff. So anyway, so I'm working on all that. Still have what 4 or 5 seasons left of this. 4 seasons? 21, 22, 23, 24, 4 or 5. I forget exactly how it ends. Um, and then yeah, once this will be done, I should be ready to go right away with the next one. Anywho, so we need to find Seal and Woodworth. There's Thiel. And Woodworth. How convenient. Alright, now we need 69. Ooh, we're already there. We need Perron and Markkinen. Markkinen. And is that the Perron we want? Yes. How many guys have we done? 9. So we won't hit what we wanted to. Because, yeah, so I guess all the other guys would have been one-way contracts. We're not signing those. So we'll only turn out getting 10 guys, assuming the next guy will want two-way, and I'm pretty certain at 64 overall he will. Now we just got to wait to get to 64. So I'm still pretty surprised, well, impressed that we could trade all the free agents that we signed for purposes of trading, um, in order to get, I think it was 2 first-round picks. Now, like we saw, they're extremely low value, but in all likelihood, they're going to turn around and increase in value because they're at their minimum already. Um, so yeah, again, like I said last stream, it's another little tweak to or addition to all the different strategies and stuff I have. It's funny because, like, well, I mean, if you're paying close attention and you're really trying to come up with ideas, you can find all sorts of unique ways to um, maximize your, well, the value of assets, your performance, and all that kind of stuff. So, um, yeah, you just got to keep thinking, I guess. I mean, it's the kind of background I have. I'm supposed to be able to come up with unique solutions and see things that other people don't see. But anyways, I think this is a guy, Nicholson. That's another thing. So now I'm writing down the first initial, there and their overall to make sure I'm selecting the right guys. All right, so now I can erase all that. So I'm done. There's going to be other guys later on in the season we're going to go and target, but at the moment that's good enough. I really should fill up those extra 2 spots, but I don't want to bother because, like, so when I was filtering through them and recording all the different guys before the stream, these were all at the same level of trade value, and then as I kept going, it would go to the next level, so that I might as well just do all of the next level in the next um, string of guys that I'm going to sign for trading. So, anyways, so we'll save that. And otherwise, we're set up to get going. I do want to see one thing. Oh, did I trade the wrong year pick? I might have. Anyways, this strategy concept is still the same, so we just have to hope Tampa doesn't do well this year. Oh, last thing, I should double check about goalie, because I don't know if I did last stream. Get. All right, let's see how far we can get into the season. So, game 1, we lose our um, top goalie for, what is it, mid-October, November, December, January, 3 months. Murphy's Law. But, of course, this is a great reminder of why you have 3 goalies. Now, if we lose another one, then that's going to be a bit difficult to deal with, but we'll be okay. Because if we have to just lean on one guy, then whatever. So we won our first home game, which was one of our challenges, so that's good. But of course, like I said, we can't guarantee that, so it's just luck. think it said hip pointer injury too. So it's I think, well, all things considered, serious for goalie. Oh, and I should have said I'm gonna have to step away. Um, sorry, at least twice in this stream, but both times very short period of time. So, but yeah, just wanted to give a heads up. Colton in defenseman. Yes, Bruin goes up. I think that's all that needs to change. That's another pretty long-term injury, so that's a month for the defenseman too. And Cordnell on our fourth line is leading our team in points. How crazy is that? I mean, not really crazy because he's good, but it's just funny on our fourth line to do that. adjust the parking there. Well, pretty good start, 6-1-0. It seems like our goalie's playing well because, I mean, with all those wins, you don't necessarily know, but yeah, he's playing great. 948 save percentage. That's crazy. We're on a back to back. So which team is worse? Tampa. I wonder what the trade value is looking like. Then where is Montreal right now? At the bottom. Wow. So then it's going to be uh, the way it was from the computer. Then Ness for game 2. Oh, I forgot to shake up the lines because we signed a bunch of guys. It's not important at all, but still, I should do that. Why are they putting a Afiniganov on the fourth line? Falsey's not playing well. Law's doing extremely well. He's a franchise player. He better be. 7. So everybody's doing pretty good in the AHL right now. Anyways, it's not that important at the moment, at least. So at 10 games in, I'll step away briefly. Savage. That sucks. Okay, so who is playing best? 7 points. Great. 8 points is great. 7 points is great. Wow, our third line's doing really well. I guess it's more a question of fit than Turgeon's the best fit, but Trevica is the most experienced. So we'll move him up. Galchenyuk can do face-offs. Turgeon can, kind of. He's not a center. Cardinal can come up. 10 points in 8 games on the fourth line. That's nuts. How are these guys doing? 6 points in 8 games. And 5 points in 8 games. Man, with just 8 minutes of ice time. That's wild. Do we have anybody already up? Yes, we do, thankfully. Dolan's a good fit. 2. Alright, so now we gotta fix the rest. So how do we do this? We're gonna have to take Trevika off of here. Moss comes up. Turgeon will put up. And then what? Left to left shot with Trevika. Works for me. Then what do we do with the rest? Any D performing well, because that would be ideal. Ideal, huh? That's a pun. So Nemechek's playing well. I'm going to give him an opportunity. So we'll put Nemechek here. Then we'll move Cordnell to the first line. Looks good. And then here it's going to have to be Turgeon. Setup guys, we don't have a playmaker, do we? Um, let's just do that. And this condenses down to Turgeon. Setting up Renz. And Trevika. Set up by Carney. Trevika, Turgeon. We'll just keep that as is. Carney. Threlfall, Renz, Moss. Moss, Renz, Leighton. Threlfall, Carney. Trevika. Galchenyuk. Turgeon. Cordnell. else is there? Leighton, I think, is a sniper. Good enough. He was only injured for that long. That's annoying. Yeah, I'm glad I chose the guy I did because Trevica maintained where the other guys just stayed the same. Is Savage worth staying there? At the moment, no. How did Dolan do? Pretty good. Um, what do we do then? At the very least, it's that. Let's just do this for now, and then we'll see what happens. Because Savage didn't do bad, he just didn't do good either. No, you know what? Let's just go back. We'll wait before we start to adjust lines because so Savage played less games, and in 2 games he could turn it around. So I mean, not that he was doing bad, but just comparatively. Um, well, that's annoying. So then we'll do that. Turgeon goes back there. Trevika goes there. This is the setup guy. And how's he doing? He didn't get better, so then that still makes it work. Cardinals more deserving. Then Savage goes back there. Carney sets up Savage. And this goes like this. This goes like this. Seven versus how was Turgeon doing? 7. So we'll keep that as is. Good. Here, Savage comes back on. I think that's it for that. Cool. Those were away games. This brings us to game 10 anyway, so that's good news. So we'll do this game, and then I'll step away, and then we'll have a few things to do, like scouting and all that. I was hoping that there's not going to be an injury, but of course there was. So December 1, yeah, so that's long enough. Broken nose. I've had people with broken jaws miss last time. We need to call somebody up too. Who can we call up? Not him. Excuse me, him? Maybe for Downey. I think he did okay when we called him up last year. Yeah. No. No. Wow, he's doing good again. Hmm. Just in terms of skills, though, like ratings and stuff, Downey's a better pick. We'll choose Downey. Wait, Bachman. Yeah, he has to go first. Right, left. So then we'll do this. All right. Bachman, Sarno, Kaminsky, Downey. Hmm. Stravika. Jeez. Oh, it works. Uh, who else do we put? Kaminsky, Sarno. Nobody else produces. Bachman with 3. It has to be Bachman. And a lot of injuries to start this season. It hasn't been impactful in terms of our performance, but and it's not the most critical of players or the enough quantity that it's massively impactful, but it's starting to get to a not so good point. Okay, so I'm going to step away for like 2 minutes and I'll be right back. Well, that took an extra minute, an unnecessary minute, because I spilt over my container that I keep my cutlery in and then had to pick it up. Well, didn't have to pick it up. I could have picked it up later, but anyways. Okay, so we're at 10 games, 9-1. Great start. Actually up against a team that's 8-1 at the moment. So first out of interest, let's see what our pick values are looking like. So Tampa went up a bit, Chicago stayed the same, Carolina went down, Philly looks like it's remained the same. So Philly, Carolina, Tampa, Chicago. Tampa, middle of the pack. Philly is at the bottom, so it actually should be getting better, that pick. Philly, Tampa, Carolina's second place. Wasn't expecting that. And then Chicago is middle of the pack. So everything. So I guess the thing is, so let's say Carolina does better than we were hoping for. Um, well, what if the Blackhawks do poorly? Then that pick compensates. So that's the whole thing of this picking up the lowest value first round picks really can, well, increase the value of that pick, but then also just your net um, asset value. It just, I think it makes it like it gives you backup plans if one doesn't work out and all that kind of stuff. So, anyways, all right. So draft class. Let's see what's going on there. So he is apparently a gem. Our scout ranks him second. 11 points in 17 games in Extra League is pretty good. He's like Solani. He is what? Sniper? This might be a rare case where we actually go and draft a guy that's not franchise. I don't know if I've had this case where they're a gem and first. So we very well might draft this guy. So we'll, I guess, decide. Maybe we'll decide based on the how that like the value of the picks as they change, draft lottery, all that kind of stuff. We'll figure that out later. Um, that being said, we will sign all of our scouts. What did it say about this guy? Cares about winning and is very outspoken. That's, I think, the first time I've read that. That's interesting. Oh shoot. Wrong button. Alright, that's done. One thing I was just thinking, maybe I should have a look at how everybody's doing. Carolina and Pittsburgh. So they're basically the same, and we want Carolina to lose. So we're going to play our better goalie against them. And I think I had him in, but I'm going to double check. So a rare case where we actually don't put the correct goalie in, but it's for different reasons. Sweet, a shutout on top of it. Take that, Carolina. Twelve, 1-0. It might be our best start. It's pretty close if it isn't our best start. And our team, so offensively, our team is definitely the best team. I say definitely, but I'm pretty certain it's the best team I've ever had. Um, but yeah, maybe not altogether best team. It's hard to say. This Ness goalie is on an absolute tear. And even our backup, because he's had to come in for games, and I don't think he's lost either. So, because it was Ness that lost, I think, game 2 of the season, something like that. Wow, 14-1-0. Maybe I've had a similar start. Draft class is weak. Interesting. What about the gem guy at the top? There's a loss, first time in a while. So it's early to see how people are doing, but I feel like having a look. Especially with the start that we've had. Interested to see. Like Carney's leading in points, which is a bit abnormal. It's supposed to be Rennes. I guess they're pretty close to each other. Carney hasn't done nearly this good. In terms of like his pace at least. This would be pretty stellar. We have him for 2 more years. Interesting. Rennes, Alpha, Leighton, Turgeon. So then we have a dip after Leighton. So Moss is on the first line, and that's below what he's supposed to be doing, which makes sense why Rennes is lower than normal, but Carney's, for whatever reason, really doing well. Savage maybe isn't deserving of staying there. And it's our fourth line that's really helping us. 12 and 16, 10 and 16, 8 and 16. That's nuts for a fourth line. Kaminsky, the guy we just picked up, is fitting in well. Um, So really, it's got to be goaltending right now that's really saving us. 937. So our offense is not producing as well as it did last year, but our goaltending is doing dramatically better. I think our goaltending last season was like 9-0 something. So yeah, it's a season of goaltending. It's at this moment, and if like our players can change in their performance too, of course. So interesting. Great. So we got, what is that? 3 of our top 6D injured. Um, Mild concussion, 28th. Oh wait, feels like that's short term. No, I don't think we're quite at that date yet. I'm gonna have to call somebody up again. So, although theoretically it's risky, we're gonna call up the guy that's been doing outstanding in the AHL. Because technically somebody could claim him, but because of his overall, I seriously doubt it. NRD is weak. Um, guess we don't have any other alternatives. Mitchell, Bruin, Licht, Downey. We're going to have to lead with our best line now. Oops. Alright, so then if it's -1 here, it's got to be Cordell then. Cool. Ugh. Points. As good as it's gonna get. So back-to-back losses means Barrett's gonna be the starter now. We have maintenance coming up soon. Three defense, three of our best defense, and our goalie all injured at the same time. It's a good thing we got some offense to compensate. Oh yeah, this is correct. Before I simmed that game, I was tempted to consider changing the lines after back-to-back losses, but I mean, maybe that's a bit aggressive. After two losses when you're doing so well. Once we're 20 games in, though, I'll be... Oh, everybody's nearly back. Except for the goalie. Yeah, once we're at 20 games, then I'll consider making some changes. And are we supposed to? Of course, Tampa comes up in the standings. The Flyers are still at the bottom. What was I going to say? Yeah, was I supposed to trade those picks before the draft? There's nothing to trade for, though, is the problem. Because there's nobody I want from any team. I have everybody I want. So it would only be for future draft picks, I guess. I could do that before the trade deadline if the value ever gets better for these picks. Anyways, we're at 18. So we'll go after the back-to-back and consider making any line changes based on performance and all that kind of stuff. All right, so Kaminsky is back. Are we on an away stretch? No. Nemechek is back pretty soon. How did you do? Not that good. How have you done? Very well. Pleasantly surprised. All right, so then Mitchell comes out, Kaminsky comes in. I'll do the roster moves before I forget. I guess I didn't need to exit there, but whatever. All right, so, well, should we adjust this pairing? So Licht has to stay there. Downey can move up. Bruin can move down. Just to even out the lines, I think that's smarter. Oh. No, that's extra lines. Anyways. Bachman, Sarno. Minsky, Downey. Bruin. Licht. Good enough. Alright, which team is worse? 10, 7, and 2. 12, 8. No, they're pretty much the same. We will play Barrett at home because I guess that's technically a better scenario. That is what I wanted, I think. Deal with that in a sec. And again in a sec. So everybody's healthy except for the goalie. So it's all defense. That means Downey, scratched. Even Licht is scratched. Again, before I forget, let's send, whoops, Downey down so that he'll get ice time. All right, and then how were these lines? I think it goes this. Then from here, I can't remember. So we'll go, I guess, based on performance. 7, 0 and 4, 5 and 21. Oops. So let's do that. Flip you guys. Flip you guys. It will be Bruin. Kaminsky. Nemechek. Sarno. Bachman. Coltonen. Oops, wrong guy. Huh? Oh, I didn't change the D. My bad. Rose, Kaminsky, Sarno, Nemechek. That's all good. There it comes back in. All right, I'll save, step away again for 2 minutes. And then I think yeah, so we'll do scouting and then well, not reevaluate, I guess just straight up evaluate performance. So just a couple minutes, I'll be back. All right, back. So first thing I want to take a look at actually are team stats. So I'm interested to see how we're doing some of the broader sort of categories. So goals for per game. Surprisingly, team's actually not that far off. 4.43 goals for per game is very high and very good. Look at that goals against. It just stands out. Man, that's one of our lowest goals against we've ever had. So we have not quite our highest, but pretty close goals for, and then one of our lowest goals against. That's like our diff. Like look at that differential. It's 2.3 ish, 2.29. That's wild. Like I think our best differential was like 1.5, which is still crazy high. So that is unreal and unrealistic to maintain. Our power play, surprisingly, is not very good. So that's something to consider. Adjusting penalty kills, middle of the pack. Interesting. So at least 5-on-5, we're doing fantastic, which really is more or less the only priority. But and look, Ren's shot up again to where he's supposed to be. Carney's kind of maintained his performance. Leighton is on that line, I believe. It goes Leighton. No, no, it's Moss. So Moss is picked up as well. Anyways, so it goes uh, Leighton, Moss, Renz. That's great. Everybody's actually all picked up again. And then the second line is Carney, Threlfall, Savage. And so Savage, we're actually going to have to change lines, I think, because he's had enough of an opportunity, and that's not good enough. Turgeon's a rookie. Trevica has had decent performance before. And I know 35 goals, 66 points in 82 games is better than decent, but by my standards, it's just decent. Galchenyuk should have been doing better. Turgeon, you are power forward. You're a right wing. Oh, so that does fit. Wait, because Savage is playing left wing and then Carney's playing on his off wing, I guess. So I guess I could put Turgeon up. I don't know what his line fit is. He can. Let's try it. I mean, maybe I shouldn't mess with the line since we're winning so much, but uh, we want everybody improving, not, well, I guess maintaining at this high of a level is pretty good. Uh, Maybe I shouldn't make any changes unless we start doing poorly. That's almost a better decision, I think. Don't mess with a good thing because, like I said, I haven't seen this high of combined performance from the team. So I really shouldn't do anything. It's just when you look at the individual stats, it's like lower than what you want because uh, so we have our top five meeting expectations, but we need. I don't know if we need, but I would like to have the top six all at a point per game or better. So that's where Savage is below that. Mind you, we've had injuries and Savage was out for, I guess, only a game. That's the only injury, really, for forwards. That's tough. I'm going to keep it as is. And then if we start dipping in performance, then I'll maybe make changes. So Barrett's won everything that he's played, but save percentage is horrendous. Not horrendous. Not good, we'll say. So I won't make any changes. Let's just look at our, because we have a bunch of guys developing in the AHL. And currently he's being played on the fourth line, and he's over a point per game. Gormley's not an important guy. He's some miscellaneous guy. Laminin is. Hartman is. So the only guy that's supposed to be playing, or that we would want to be playing better, is Rafalski. Second overall last draft. 11 points in 16 is not the end of the world, though. But everybody else is playing well. It's funny because like all these other guys just they benefit from getting put on lines with these stellar guys that should not even be playing in the AHL right now. Like this guy should be in the NHL for sure. But anyways, good for them. And the team's doing well. One thing just out of I was gonna say out of interest for the goalie, but the goalie's in junior, so that's not something I can see there. Also out of interest, progress reports. Just want to make sure nobody's going. Wow, Cardinals getting better somehow, and he's old, 37. Good on Martin. I don't get this. He's actually not doing bad, and he's going down. Like that doesn't make any sense. This game is dumb with some stuff. Like this guy's not playing well. He's going up. Anybody else of interest? He's back in junior doing really well. Apparently nobody else is developing. How does that make any sense? Anyways. Scouting. One thing I didn't look at. Is there any high position goalies? No is the answer. Okay, so we did change back to first. So it did say briefly that our scout was like, no, he shouldn't be first. But then he came back. And this guy is supposed to be a gem too. But it said that the draft isn't strong, so it doesn't make sense. Do I keep scouting? Am I going to draft that guy? Or am I going to trade for him? See, I don't know what his trade value is going to be. So if it's high, then we want to draft him. If it's normal, then the assets we would have to trade to get him would be pretty much the same. And to trade up to draft could cost more. That's a tough call. Well, the normal thing is if they're not franchised, don't draft them. Because in all likelihood, they're not going to be high value. It said he was a gem, and I don't recall seeing that anytime recently. That's tough. Uh, well, no matter what, we wouldn't need to do scouting anymore because it would only be him. Unless the positions change, which doesn't seem likely. Oh man, that is tough. Because almost certainly we're gonna have to trade for him. The question is it gonna cost more to trade for him after he's drafted or before he's drafted? But it's unknown what his trade value is. So it's probably gonna cost less to trade for him before he's drafted. Because first round picks are relatively less valuable than an existing player. So I think we're gonna draft him, even though my gut tells me not to. Uh, and then in which case we do not trade our picks. Where are they all sitting? So Hurricanes. Why is Oh, it's because the other division is doing better. So then if, for example, the Hurricanes slipped a bit, then they could even miss a wild card spot. Because look, 24, like, yeah, these guys are almost at 24. So, oh wait, no, I was looking at the wrong division, but same difference actually. So, um, yeah, we should draft them. I just don't know if I should keep scouting. It's a waste of time usually. You know why? Let's just not bother. Because I'm not going to be drafting later in there. Do I need to unload? So I need to definitely, if I'm going to be drafting, make trades with my picks before the trade deadline. Actually, on that note, Carolina. Do we trade it now while it's at this level, or do we wait and risk it going lower? Let's risk it. I'm a risky boy. Let's risk it. So we definitely need to do maintenance soon. I should go look when we have our next away stretch. Oh, I've had it where these prices change mid-season, so let's just make sure. Oh, maybe it's, I think I said this in a previous stream, maybe it's when you upgrade concessions or your store, then the prices change. Let's see. That's a short away stretch. No, no, no. Short away stretch again. Short. And that's a super long away stretch, and we can't wait till then. So we might as well do it then. Hmm. Maybe we should have already. No, well, we weren't at the level to do maintenance anyways. So we'll do it after Colorado, I guess, is as good as it's going to get. The first Colorado. Mm, all right, let's go do the maintenance. Lower, upper, sweets. So we can jack those prices back up to their maximums. So it was lower, upper, and sweets. So lower, or sorry, upper goes to 196. Lower goes to 340. And sweets goes to 635. Oh, wait. There's days between. Because it always flips your goalie back when you um, have the lower overall guy in it. Or not always, but often. So this Barrett goalie's at least winning coming in right now. Save percentage is increased. I wonder if it's the team that's making these goalies look good, or if the goalies are making the team look good, or if there's some sort of mutually beneficial scenario. Because things are going impressively good. At least last time from the numbers we looked at. Should I play him with that injury? How bad? Speed's still good enough. Balance is good enough. Deking, I don't care. Acceleration is good enough. Agility is good enough. Again, I don't know if playing them when they're injured risks getting them more injured. But it hasn't happened yet, so I'm going to keep going until I learn that it does something bad. And again, nothing bad happened. So we still got another month until that goalie comes back after getting injured in game 1. What a joke. I gapped out as I was looking at the goalies. I think the red goalie was in, but yeah. When you look at things and you're not even paying attention. Martin. So that's our fourth line. Player 10 can go center. And Dolan come in. I think he's a guy we've had before. He's got a lot of good things. One way, we're not doing that. So at least based on our team performance, it's good that I didn't make any line changes. I don't know what our team stats are looking like, but the winning's going good. That's annoying. All right, well, now we have to make changes. 30 and 29 is 34 and 29. 37 and 29. 32 and 29. 24, but 18 goals is pretty stellar. Anybody even close for 18 goals? No. So, I mean, you got to pick what you want to complain about. 24. Man, he's dipped. 17, 25, 24. So it's clearly Trevika. Doesn't fit well in the first line. It's gonna have to be. And this goes back. Oh, we need to call somebody up. Well, let's see if we can play Licht. Good, no negative, so he can play. Alright, so Trevika was already playing with them, I guess, so then that makes it better. Turgeon comes up. Any D playing well. And he started the season very good, but that's not that great. 11, 8, 9, -2. All right, so it looks like we're gonna have to throw one of our fourth line guys. Power play, I guess. 14. Is any D better? No. Then not Dolan. Oh, and the other guy's injured, so then it would have to be Tan. Nah, you know what? Let's put a D. Mm. Sarno. So I guess let's do this. Cordnall does it. And Sarno. Yeah, I guess we'll do that. So then Turgeon to Renz. Any puck carriers? No. I think Renz is the best anyways. Yeah. Okay. Renz, Layton. Who's Turgeon? Oh, and this works out okay too. Just with the positioning, so that's good. So Turgeon and Renz. Chenyak. It's fine. It was Moss that got injured. Actually, that also makes it easy. Because then Fall goes here. Yeah, we might as well. What a luxury to have Courtnall there. I guess Layton. Oh, I'm supposed to be done the stream. Well, since I had to step away a couple times, we'll just do a little bit more. Martin is almost back. So we will end it after these away games. Well, and that home game there too. Oh, should check how he's doing first. Use the center, I think. I forgot I'm supposed to be monitoring those draft picks. Oops. So it was Blackhawks to towards the lowest they've been. So if I'm going to trade it, it might be now. Lightning have slipped a bit. Not enough. Hurricanes have slipped a chunk. Flyers have gone up a bit, though. It's not the end of the world. Interesting. Wow, I can't believe Chicago hasn't gotten much better than that. Hmm. So nothing with those guys yet. Oh, and we're also supposed to trade away our underperformers, but then again, we signed them. I mean, we can do that next stream, I think. Maybe to start next stream. So we'll end with fixing up the lines and putting Moss back in. then that'll be it. Now, one thing I just remembered about, I'm supposed to be checking. Sorry, one sec. So he's hasn't really done anything since he started and did well that first game. So I wanted to check what his penalty minutes have been like, and so that's not. He's on pace for a similar amount to last year. It's not bad. If it was like 60, then I'd be debating on trading him, but 42 is not bad. That's good news. How does Moss make the last line bad? That makes no sense. How did Trevika do? Not really any better. Now I gotta change all this garbage again. Right, so Turgeon goes down, Moss goes there. Cardinal comes in. How was this set up? So, oh, that is correct. Oh, that's a good point. So Galchenyuk's doing worse than um, Turgeon. Hmm. So Turgeon should be playing. So I guess we will change things slightly, but um, not to any crazy degree. Our penalty kill hasn't been the best. Oh, this is supposed to be. I just realized it's supposed to be throw fall, but let's try Moss instead. No, because yeah, I forgot that throw fall was supposed to play. Maybe not then. Guess not then. So then friends. Or no. All this stuff is so tedious. Mouse. Yeah. All right. I think that's it. I'm just going to save a duplicate. Um, Maybe I should be doing that more frequently just with how far we get into seasons and stuff. Yeah, anyways, so that's where we'll leave it. Sit at 26, 5, and 1, which might be our highest yet. So maybe we can break that Bruins record, well, and now our record again, but we'll see, I guess. So if you like the stream, hit the like button, share with your friends, subscribe, turn on notifications. The channel homepage has upcoming streams on regular NHL content. That's going to be Friday. Now, that being said, I don't know if there's enough news. So it'll depend on how much news comes up until that time. I might make it a 3-week coverage of news. We'll figure that out though. So just keep that in mind that I might have to postpone that another week just for quantity of news. There's some, but not much. And you'll also know I changed or you'll also notice that I've changed the time. So it's going to be 11 p.m. Eastern versus whatever it was scheduled before. So that's going to be the new time for Fridays, I guess, with the time change and plus changing my personal schedule. For franchise mode, that schedule's in the About section of the channel. It runs Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday now. So I've added in Wednesday, 10 p.m. Eastern. Also, not this Saturday, but the following Saturday, I'm probably going to be adding in Saturday as well. I don't, yeah, I think I'll still keep Be a Pro as whenever I have time or feel like it. Because to be honest, so I like Be a Pro, but it's just, there's never, feels like there's never anything new. It's just games after games. Mind you, people might feel the same about franchise mode, but I like, constantly you're looking forward to trades, to the draft, to the playoffs. there's always something I find more interesting coming up in franchise mode. So anyway, so I'll probably be doing um, yeah, the Saturday as well. And anyways, any comments, leave them in the comments. Suggestions likewise. And we'll see you guys. What day is it today? Monday? Tomorrow. Um, 10 p.m. Eastern, I think is what I just said. Anyways, it's in the About section of the channel. Okay, bye.